everyone, greeting of the day. Welcome to my channel Economics at a Glance. In this video, we will study the numericals of consumer surplus. Well, in my previous video, we have already covered the theoretical part of consumer surplus. Okay, so let's get started. Suppose we have given two equations. One is demand equation and one is supply equation. Okay, how we will derive our consumer surplus? Okay, getting the question? Demand equation given, supply equation given, we have to reach to the consumer surplus. Okay, before moving to the consumer surplus, we have to reach to the point where consumer can get equilibrium. Okay, equilibrium I have already discussed. If you have not seen that video, you can go to that video. I have mentioned that link in my description box. Okay, so what is consumer equilibrium? Where the consumer can get maximum profit from minimum budget, right? So we can actually remember when demand is equals to supply. Demand is equals to supply, that is the point when we can get the consumer equilibrium. Okay, so we have to equate this two equation. Yes. So equating 26 minus 2p, that is equals to plus 6 plus 2p. Okay, we have to solve this equation. It comes 4p is equals to 32 and p is equals to 8. Okay, so this is your equilibrium price. So equilibrium price here we have 8 rupees. Then what happened next? We have got the equilibrium price. Next we will found what is the equilibrium quantity of demand, what is the equilibrium quantity of supply. Okay, we will just put the value here and get the answer. Yes or no? See, QD is equals to 26 minus 2p. 26 minus 2 whole into p is our 8. So 26 minus 16, that is 10. That means our equilibrium quantity demanded is equals to 10. Similarly quantity supplied, equilibrium quantity of supply, that is minus 6 plus 2. In place of p we will put 8. Okay, minus 6 plus 16, that is also 10. So equilibrium quantity of supply is also 10. Okay, so we have found the equilibrium quantity, equilibrium price. Now our focus is to find out consumer surplus. So what is the formula to get consumer surplus? Willingness to pay minus actual payment. See, willingness to pay minus actual payment. Getting my point? So this is payment. That means in terms of price. So we have to convert this equation in terms of price. Another thing, let me tell you, consumer surplus we are about to find out. So our focus should be on demand equation only. Why? See, consumer only demands, the producer supplies. So there is no point to use this equation. This equation is given just to find out the equilibrium point. So let's just remove this equation. Now our point is only with this equation. We will convert this equation in form of P. QD is equals to 26 minus 2P. So 2P is equals to 26 minus QD. Yes or no? So P is equals to 13 minus QD by 2. Equation we got? Yes or no? So from this we will find out consumer surplus. What will be the willingness to pay? Willingness to pay, if we want to find out, we have to take integration of this equation, is P value. So integration of 13 minus QD by 2, and your limit should be in quantity form. So 0 to 10. 0 to 10. Because equilibrium quantity we have already calculated, that is 10. Okay. What you have actually paid? Well, actually paid you can easily derive simply by multiplication of price into quantity. You have equilibrium price, you have equilibrium quantity, we can easily multiply them. Okay, see, next. What is the integration formula? Integration, if you have to find out integration of x to the power n, then it will be x to the power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. See, this is the formula. So here you have to find out what is the integration value. 13 is constant. So we will take, integration of 13 minus 1 by 2 we will take outside, qd minus 8 into 10. Okay. This 13 we can write like qd to the power 0 because x to the power 0 is always 1. Okay. So minus half qd minus 80. Okay. Next, 13 qd to the power 0, that means integration value will be 0 plus 1 divided by 0 plus 1 minus half qd to the power 1 here. So qd 1 plus 1 divided by 1 plus 1 minus 80. Okay. Next, 13 qd, every time you have to mention the limit 0 to 10, 0 to 10. So qd 0 to 10 minus half qd square by 2, 0 to 10 minus 80. Okay. So here 13, 10, upper limit is 10, lower limit is 0. So 10 minus 0 minus half 10 square. Here 2 you can take outside, 4. 10 square minus 0 square minus 80. Up to this you have understood? Let's just rub this one. Okay. So what is the answer? 13 into 10, that is 130 minus 10 square divided by 4, 100 by 4 minus 80. So 130 minus 25 minus 80, that is 130 minus 105, that is 25. This is your consumer surplus. Okay. So in this way you can find out consumer surplus. Practice it well, then you can easily access this kind of problem. Okay. So moving to the next problem. This is the problem where you have one equation form question. Okay. Another question you can get in consumer surplus is where to stop, where you can get consumer equilibrium through consumer surplus. Okay. Let's take an example. Suppose the units, marginal utility, and this is surplus. Okay. Suppose you this is a summer day, and in summer day you are moving in a road, okay, and you are very thirsty, and suddenly you move to some place where you have seen a lemon water, okay, and in your mind you have thought, okay, I can pay 40 rupees for this glass of lemon water. Okay, you have set in your mind you can pay 40 rupees for that one glass of lemon water. So 1 unit of 1 glass of lemon water, in your mind you have thought of giving 40 units. Okay. Next, your surplus. Okay. Before surplus, what happened next? You have thought of giving 40 rupees. And you have asked that vendor what is the price of that glass of lemon water, and he replied only 20 rupees. Okay. The market price is 20 rupees, but you have thought of giving 40 rupees. So what is your surplus now? 40 minus 20, that is 20. Okay. So 1 glass of lemon water you already have. Again another glass of water you want to have. Okay, but what happened in that time? You have already consumed 1 glass of water, so your marginal utility will decline. Yes or no? We have already studied in law of diminishing marginal utility. See, the second glass of water, your marginal utility has been declined. Now you are ready to pay 35. But the glass of lemon water, it is still 20 rupees. So what is the surplus here? 15. For the third glass of water, again your marginal utility declines to 30. But still the price is 20. So here consumer surplus is 10. For the fourth unit of glass of lemon water, your marginal utility is still decline. Let's say 25. But price is same 20. Here your surplus is only 5. The last fifth glass of water. Now you are somewhat exhausted. Okay, let's take the last glass of water. Here your marginal utility becomes 20 and the price is also 20. Here what is the consumer surplus? It is 0. This is the point where we should stop because it is the equilibrium point. What it is? Equilibrium point. See, we have already studied in LDMU chapter that the consumer equilibrium is the point where your marginal utility should be equals to price. Yes or no? In marginal utility equals to price, that is the consumer equilibrium point. So here 20 is equals to 20 and there is no surplus. So this is the point you should stop. Getting my point? So in this way you can get the consumer equilibrium point. Done? Okay. So in the next video I will come with my next chapter, that is producer surplus. Just like we have derived the consumer surplus, in the same way we will derive producer surplus.